This is not my office.
There you go.
Yeah.
You have to shut.
Probably, you know.
Yep.
Do you have a preference?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go make a copy of this so we can look at it together.
Okay.
You good on the order and food and all that?
I'm not going anywhere, right? I'm good.
You hungry at all?
I'm fine right now, thank you.
All right. I'm going to sit next to you so we can look at it together. So what I want to do is, we have a whole bunch of people coming in, you know, from your neighborhood. Somebody saw something, somebody knows where these kids are. And I keep saying kids, I'm sorry, your kids and your wife. And I should say, I work these quite a bit, and so tonight, if I make one of those mistakes when I say kids instead of your wife and kids, I apologize. We work it a lot, and so I apologize if something comes out wrong or, anyway. So, I know you're going through a lot, so we're not going to keep you here all night. Can we go through this? So, okay, let's see, your 148 doorbell detected visitor. What does that mean?
So the doorbell has a camera on it when you get up to a certain proximity, and when you ring it, it detects a visitor.
Okay. People are already distracting me out here.
Oh.
So in fact, you know, let's do this. So I work a lot of stuff like this in bank robberies, and when I talk to, you know, a witness at a bank robbery, sometimes I find it best for them to just say, tell me what happened, get it all out, and then once you get it out, let's go over it, okay? So just get it all out as far as this. Tell me exactly what you remember, and I'll take notes about where we can go.
Okay. So this 1:48 a.m.
You know, let me switch chairs.
Okay.
Because when they come knocking,
Okay.
when they come knocking, I gotta use that key. Do you need more water?
No,
I brought you Gatorade.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Alright, so 1:48 a.m., doorbell detects the visitor. So when we were over at the neighbor's house the next day, we were looking at his camera as well, and it didn't show anybody walking up to the driveway, which was kind of weird. That's the only reason I put that on there, because it showed Nicole dropping her off, but nobody actually walking up to the house. It was kind of weird, but she was in the house.
Okay.
So-
And what time are we talking?
This is still 1:48.
Okay.
So, 2 a.m., Shannon gets into bed with me. 4 a.m., that's when my alarm goes off for work, and I'm just get dressed, brush my teeth, everything I do upstairs.
Okay.
4:15, that's when I get back, slide right into bed next to her, and start having a conversation with her about having putting the house up for sale, and talking about it, like actually proceeding with the separation.
Okay.
And obviously it gets pretty emotional, like we're talking about, like we felt the disconnection was there, like falling out of love, and trying to stay together, maybe just for the kids' sake, but we're realizing that doing like our homework, it's not, most of the time that's not going to work.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty emotional because we have 2 beautiful kids and we have 1 on the way. So it's just a matter of like, it was very emotional, we were both crying, and at the end, we just said, she said she was going to take the kids to her friend's house today. She would be back.
Okay.
I was like, okay, it's fine. And that's when I went downstairs, made my protein shake. That was at 5 a.m., that's when I did that.
Okay.
Packed my lunchbox, had my oatmeal, chicken, filled my water jug up. 5:15, I went outside, backed my truck up, loaded up, had my book bag, my lunchbox, computer, water jug, my big clear container. I put big clear containers in my truck so it's easy just to pull out, pull in, just depending on what I'm going to use. My O-ring kit, I knew I was going to do some stuffing box rubbers that day, so I got some various open wrenches from my toolbox. I know those would work better than the ones they would give me.
Okay.
5:30, that's when I went to work.
Okay.
And I hadn't heard from Shanann for about 2 hours there, so at 7:40 I texted her and asked her if she could tell me where the kids were, if she took them anywhere.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
At 12 I texted her again, called me. Nothing. And then about 12:10 p.m. that's when my doorbell visitor, it read another visitor, and I was like, it popped up on my phone, and it says it was Nicole. And I tried to put it on my phone to see if she's just trying to get in or whatnot. And I hear her like she's on the phone trying to. I could hear her on through my phone saying she was trying to get to Shanann. So that's when I called her. I called her at 12:20, see what was going on. She told me that Shanann hadn't responded to any of her calls all day or any of her friends' calls all day.
Okay.
And that's very strange. Just because. I mean, if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine. She gets busy with the kids, whatever.
Yeah.
So if she doesn't get back to her people, like the people like she works with direct sales.
Okay.
So if she doesn't get back with them, that's strange.
Is she the type to answer the phone?
For them, yeah,
Okay.
it's like all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it's just like, hey, wait, I'll see you later.
Okay.
So about 12:40, a few more efforts from Nicole to reach her while she's there, like outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
And at 1 o'clock, that's when I left, and I was like, all right, I'm on my way down there. 2 o'clock when I got home, because they couldn't get in because the front door had a top latch to keep the kids in.
Who's they?
Nicole and the police officer that was there.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, gotcha.
So they couldn't get in because top latch on the front door was hinged, and the keypad on the outside does not work to get into the garage. So they had to wait till I got there so I could get the remote opened.
Okay.
So that's when I got home. I opened the garage door and we went inside the house and looked everywhere. Shanann, Bella, and Celeste, nowhere to be found. Shanann's wedding ring's on her nightstand. Her phone's still on the couch. Her purse is still there. The medicine for the kids is still there. The car and the car seats are still there, and there's no sign of them anywhere.
Okay.
3 o'clock. The police officer, detective, Baumhauer, right?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Baumhauer.
I butcher his name every time. Asking Nicole and I, questions about where she could have gone or who she could be with. At about 4 o'clock, the police officer that was there, he was checking the neighbor security footage. At 5 p.m., the same police officer, detective, and then sergeant, another officer, they showed up and they searched the house again. About 6 o'clock, being calling around to anyone that I could, that may know something, called hospitals and hotels. 7:30, my friend Nick and Man showed up to show support, and from then on it's his friends showing up. Shows Lauren, Dave, Jeremy, and 10 o'clock's pretty much about laid down, but I didn't go to bed till probably like 2 a.m. just because I was fielding texts and calls all night.
Okay.
And I was just hoping that, I left all the lights on in the house, I was hoping that I'd get a knock on the door. But
Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah, but nothing happened.
What do you think happened?
At first, I really thought maybe she was just at somebody's house, just
Yeah.
decompressing.
It's blowing off steam.
Yeah. But after today, like with the onslaught of all the cars, I mean all the police cars, all the news, all the canine units, it's making me lean the other direction about someone took her.
Okay.
But it's just, if someone took her, it would have to have been someone she knew. Because there's no sign of anything like being disturbed, broken.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's the way I'm leaning now. At first I thought for real she was just decompressing somewhere. I thought she was safe, even though everything in the house was left there. But now it's just after the day with the news crews and everything, it feels more the other direction, and it's freaking me out because I have no idea where they are.
Okay. If you could think of anything that we could do to find them, what would it be?
I mean, everything that I've exhausted so far is like people that have car seats, because she left the car seats, and she would never just. I mean, Bella could sit in a regular booster chair because she's about that time.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste isn't quite there yet, but all the people that I know that have cars, I mean, they've contacted me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it's, there's definitely a chance it's somebody I don't know. Being a guy or a girl, and she has plenty of friends through like direct sales that I've never met that could have a kid that they come and just say, hey, let's go, like just back up in the back, put them in, let's go. But I wouldn't have a name, I wouldn't know who they are.
Okay.
And this is like, that's what's driving me nuts. It's like, when I told the news crew, like, if she's out there, it's like, just come home. Like, if someone has her, or like, not just has her, but she's at somebody's house and she's just decompressing, it's time to come back. Because now this is real.
Okay.
This has gone to a different level.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you have an inkling of if it's good or bad?
Yesterday, I would have thought that she was safe and it was good, that she would come home. Today, it's more on the other side, because I don't think that she would let it get this far if she was just decompressing somewhere. I mean, she's not talking to anybody. As far as, people that have reached out to me that I haven't talked to in like a year,
Mm-hmm.
that are friends with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of her like best friends, Mark Judy, lives in Florida. Works in the police department down in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and she called me today. Like that's one of her friends she would confide in.
Oh, okay.
So
And she hasn't heard anything?
Nothing.
And nobody's heard anything?
Mm-hmm. Her parents, she doesn't like talking to her mom, but still her mom calls her enough that she would at least answer once.
Yeah. And if she's, I'm married, I know how it is. If she's hacked off at her husband, would she call her mom?
She would call one of the friends that contacted me.
Okay.
At least one of them, because she has a close-knit group.
Okay.
But the fact that none of them know anything is very strange, because one of them would have said something by now, seeing what this has escalated to.
Is it possible that her close-knit group isn't close with you and there is somebody who knows where she is right now?
I don't think so, because, Nicole she's very close with Nicole. And the way Nicole is acting right now, as far as how emotional she is yet, there's no way, she knows.
What does that mean?
There's no way, she would know, where she is, if she knew.
Oh, so you're saying if Nicole knew?
Yeah, Nicole knew, the way she's acting right now, she's as freaked out as I am.
Okay.
So there's no way, she would know where she is if she knew.
Do you know Nicole that well?
Decent. She's been over at our house a good amount of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you've obviously spoken with Nicole?
Oh, yeah.
And you don't have any weird things from her?
No, she was there at the house. She was the one that was ringing the doorbell trying to see what was going on.
Okay. Do you have a sense that the police here, or the FBI here, do you have a sense that we have a good enough list of people to call and check with?
I think so, because I've gone through my entire phone. I know Nicole's gone through her entire phone. Amanda, anybody that lives here that knows Shanann,
Mm-hmm.
they pretty much have the same contact list.
Okay.
So if there's somebody that's not on my phone, it's on theirs.
Okay. Has somebody I think the police have Nicole's phone, or, sorry, your wife's phone, right?
Yes.
And I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, Shanann?
Shanann?
Shanann, okay. So the police have Shanann's phone?
Yep.
Do they have your phones? Have they looked at your phones?
I don't think so.
Okay, can I run that out and have them look real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any password on the phone that we check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When they look at this, what's the best thing that they can do to, I don't know, to say, look for these contacts, look for this Instagram, look for this Snapchat, you
So
know?
like the only thing on here that I would say it's gonna be weird because our contact list is the same.
Oh, you guys have a shared contact,
Yeah,
like
like
every Google?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's like I've like all the what drove me nuts is that when she like downloaded to the cloud, it multiplied or duplicated.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, so this is the same person over and over
10
again.
people over, oh, okay.
So we have the same contact
Okay.
list.
So I'm gonna run this out.
Okay.
So apart, but really dive in.
Okay.
And are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hand this off to somebody.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back. Okay, that's 3387. You get that? 3387? Are there any other phones at home we can look at?
That's the only ones I know of. It's hers and mine.
Computers?
She has a laptop, but she barely uses it
Okay. Where's the laptop?
in the office.
At home?
Yep.
Okay. I think that, I'm sorry that I'm catching up here, this always happens. The police are the first people to get a call, then when it's serious like this with missing kids, then a day or two later we come in, so I'm sorry, I'm playing catch up. It's always good to repeat it though. So laptop at home, does it have a password?
If it, I don't think so. It might, but that's the one she uses.
Oh, okay.
Just
Do you-
in her office.
Do you have any idea?
I have an idea what the password could be.
Okay. And we'll probably just have you bring that in for us. Is that okay? Okay, so they don't have it now, the cops don't have it now. Okay. So laptops, any other, like a Fitbit, is there, tablets?
I've had, but I have not found that.
Does she have it?
I've not found it yet if she has it, but I haven't seen it in the house.
Okay, so possibly she has it?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. When did you buy that?
Ooh, that was a long time ago.
And so is it a full-on iPad, like,
Yep.
you could use it to, like,
A Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi? Could you use it to navigate to an address?
You could text from it.
Oh, okay. So then, if it's possible and she has it and she's somewhere hurt or somewhere that we can't find her, she can't, in other words, could we somehow track that? Does that have GPS?
It has to be connected to Wi-Fi for it to actually.
Oh, so it's not like a phone then, it's a...
No.
Okay.
She has a watch as well, but I have not found that.
She has like a...
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, okay.
I've
Do you know
not
where
found
that
it.
is?
I have not found it. It's not.
Okay.
It's not on the charger.
And it's not at your house that you can tell? Okay. Do you think the password for that?
Yes.
And what
On a
about-
4-digit it is.
Okay. What about for her Apple Watch? Is that one where you have to unlock it usually? Okay. And does she usually have a password?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On her phone it's different because it's 6-digit, but.
Okay, what's your phone number? Is that a birthday or something?
The next baby.
Oh,
Due date.
due date, okay. I'm sorry to hear that, man. So if she's, and again, this is probably something that the cops in the other room know about, if she's due in January, she's 4 or 5 months pregnant?
And she was 14, 15 weeks.
Okay. All right. Do you guys know the sex of the baby?
We weren't going to tell anybody yet.
But you do know it?
Mhm.
Okay. But she knows it?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's finish this, and then we'll get into more of this.
Okay.
So how else can we track her? Does she have another phone that you know of?
That's the only phone I've ever seen her use.
Okay, what's the phone number?
910
Uh-huh.
850 3286.
Okay. So, strap on your CSI hat. You can imagine the FBI has some pretty cool tricks and toys and everything. Is there anything you can think of that we should be doing that we're not?
Honestly, everything that I saw today it took me on a whirlwind. I didn't think all that was going to happen, so that everything that happened today, I thought you guys were, spot on.
Okay. Is there anything that a friend has said? Oh, has the FBI done this? Well, you probably didn't know the FBI was involved until an hour ago.
Yeah.
Is there any good ideas that your friends have had saying, man, I gotta try this, I gotta do this?
A lot of people have asked about Amber Alerts, but I'm not sure why that. I'm not sure I'm sure Amber Alerts have to deal with all right, if someone has taken a kid, but since the last person you saw was the mom, and you don't think everybody's gone.
Yeah.
That's probably why Amber Alerts not really
Yeah.
used in this respect.
Well, they did a press statement. So Amber Alerts are a little bit different. One thing that helps Amber Alerts is cars. When you're driving down the freeway and you say, missing person, look for this car. What car do we look for?
That's the only car she has is the one that left in the garage.
The Lexus, and that's what you drove here tonight?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any other cars that you drive?
Just my work truck.
Okay. Lexus. The Lexus is here. Okay. How could she have left the house?
Only way she could have left the house is if somebody picked her up, but it would have to have been from the back. Because it's the camera in the front, where the neighbor, the way it faces the driveway, it would have picked that up. Only thing it picked up was me leaving at 5:26.
Okay. How do you know? Is it your camera?
It's neighbor's camera.
Oh, did he tell you?
Yeah, we were all over there watching it with the officer.
Okay. All right.
It just showed me loading up my truck.
Oh. Is it on all the time?
His camera's on all the time, yep.
Okay. And all I saw was you leaving?
Yep.
Did it show her coming home?
It didn't show her walking in, no.
Okay.
But she was in the house when I left.
Obviously.
So I was just
I'm just trying to think. So the camera, is it possible that it doesn't catch everything? Like a motion detector?
From what I saw, I think he showed me other examples, but it was picking up minuscule things here and there. It didn't take much to just get it start recording.
Oh, so it probably is a motion detector then. It's
Yeah.
start points.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So then there's his camera and your security system.
And my doorbell camera right
And
there.
your doorbell camera.
And the only thing that was strange about mine that morning was that when I left, it said garage door 2 remained open.
When you left? Were you parked in the garage when you left?
I pulled out and it said, I thought it shut.
Oh, okay.
And it said main garage door 2 open when I went back and looked at all the history. And Nicole said that it was shut when she got there.
Okay.
But it said it was, because on my notifications, it'll say something's left open, but it won't say when it's shut.
Oh, so you got a notification it was open
Mm-hmm.
after when you thought you shut it?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Next I looked back, I saw it shutting.
Okay. Kids, do they have any security little watches?
Mm-hmm.
Something they have the call home button? Nothing like that?
Nothing like that yet.
No iPads?
Mm-mm.
How old are they?
4 and 3.
Oh, they're pretty young. Okay. Anything else you can think of?
Honestly, we've exhausted every option, every friend that we know
Okay.
that could have helped her.
Okay. So we talked about her decompressing a few times. Where would she do that?
She would have to go to her friend's house to do that. She wouldn't just go anywhere, not with the kids.
At a hotel?
I've checked. If she had any cash on her, I'm not sure how much she would have had on her. She usually doesn't carry much cash, and the cash she had in her wallet was from Nicole the previous day.
From who?
From Nicole.
Oh, okay.
She told me that was the cash she gave her.
Okay.
I saw her when we found her purse.
For what?
No, I'm not sure. She didn't tell me.
Okay.
But that was the only cash she had in her wallet.
And is that still at the house, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So is her license in the wallet?
Yeah.
So she's got no cash that we know of, no license, no phone. Anything about the clothes in the closet, the hamper, the drawers that makes you think she packed some boots, she's going to the mountains?
She has so many clothes in that closet. It'd be hard to really tell if she took a little amount.
Okay.
If she took a big amount, it'd be pretty obvious. But a little amount, we would never know.
Okay.
She has like, say like that whole wall, and then the bottom, and then other side.
Okay.
If you take this room, it's about the size of it.
A woman with a lot of clothing? You don't say?
No.
Okay. Shoes, anything about the shoes that you think?
She has a whole shoe closet.
So there's nothing obvious that screams at you, she's
No.
preparing for this type of activity? Okay.
And the girls, the kids' clothes too. There wasn't enough that was there that I saw missing.
Okay. So, all right. So I know it's hard to talk about. You mentioned that there was a hard conversation the two of you had about
Separation.
your marriage and separation. Now that you've had a little bit of time to think, looking back on that conversation, can you connect the dots between both of you being upset and crying, and here we are, and now she and the kids are gone? What do you think about?
I think about like, did I cause this? Like, did I make her feel like she needed to leave? And like, did she really feel like the things she was saying? Did she really feel the same? Did she really feel like, all right, the disconnection? Did she really feel all that, or she's just saying it? Like, maybe like us falling out of love. Was that really registering her at that point in time, or did it register after I left to go to work? And then she's just like, I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
It's like, I'm not sure, because she laid back down.
Okay.
She was still there when I left.
Okay.
But like, maybe she sat there and thought about it, like, do I really need to stay here right now?
Okay.
Like, if he doesn't love me, maybe I should just go.
Can you really get into that conversation with me? And what I want to know is, you obviously have a very deep relationship with her, she's your wife, but it's going to be easy for me to listen to what was said and maybe think that there are some clues about maybe she did just lay down and cry a little bit longer and something happened to her, or maybe she did get frustrated and she left. So can we recreate that conversation?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what happened.
So I crawled back in bed.
So sorry, let's start from, she gets home late at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll start from that point.
Okay. So she got home about 2 a.m.
And were you already home?
Oh yeah, I was passed out.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I felt her get into bed. That was about it. But about 4 a.m. that's when my alarm went off to go to work.
Okay.
So that's when I got ready and everything.
So she gets in at 2, alarm goes off at 4, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you were sleeping that whole time?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the conversation hadn't started?
No.
Okay.
No. So about when my alarm goes off, that's when, after I get ready for work, I crawl back in bed and have that conversation.
So you wake up at 4.
Mm-hmm.
At 4, then what until you start the conversation?
Get dressed, get my clothes on, brush my teeth, deodorant, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Shower?
No.
Okay.
Shower, night before.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
I work in the oil and gas.
Okay. So then it doesn't matter if you go to work without a shower? Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
All right.
It's going to be bad anyways.
Yeah. So then you wake up, you get ready. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
You're fine.
So then, what time are we talking about when you're ready to talk with her?
About 4:15 or so.
Okay. And so she was asleep from the time she got in from 2 to 4,
Mm-hmm.
or 4:15. You wake up at 4:15, you're ready. Okay, and at 4:15, you start talking.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you talk at 4:15 in the morning?
I felt like I needed to talk to her face to face, because like I wanted to say something. Like when she was in Arizona, like I didn't want to do it through a text. I didn't want to do it through a call. I was like, I got back in bed. I was like, I needed to talk to her about this, because she had told me like when she was going to fly back, that she wanted to get up with me so she could take a shower, because she wanted to get the airport off me.
What do you mean when she got back?
When she flew back in.
From Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay. So she told you, let's have a talk?
No, she wanted to get up with me so she could take a shower and get the airport off her, because she was her flight was delayed.
Oh, okay.
Her flight was supposed to get at 11, but it didn't
Okay.
leave till 11.
Okay. And so did she call you or did she text you?
I think there was a call
Okay.
on that one.
All right. And so at 4:15, what happens?
That's when I crawled back in bed and I woke her up.
Okay.
And then I proceeded to talk to her about how I was feeling, about how I felt like what's been going on with us for the last, what she's seen in like the last 6 weeks, because she was in North Carolina and I was down there just the last week. But from just being apart and just like figuring out who people are. It's like
Mhm.
the best, honestly, like the best way for people to really find out who they are is to spend time apart.
I agree.
And it's kind of just like, you can just see yourself. And then on the last week, that's when I went back to North Carolina, and I was there for her last week there.
Okay.
And when we were together, we could feel like it wasn't there, that spark.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's kind of cliche, but that spark wasn't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And on that night, I woke that morning, early that morning,
Mhm.
I told her, like, the disconnection, it's there, like, it's not going away. Like, the connection we had in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
it's not there anymore. It's like, I don't feel like the love we have is there anymore.
Okay.
And it's just like, I don't feel like, I mean, if we want to stay together for the kids, I'm not sure if that's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bringing
That's
another,
what you told her?
yes.
Okay.
Like, having another baby, bringing us into this relationship, do you think this is going to work
Mm-hmm.
with us being together? Or separation, I think, is going to be the best possible route for us. And that's when, like, all the crying and everything proceeded. And it was very hard just to talk about that.
Mhm.
But I needed to do it face to face.
Okay.
And I needed to see her face, like, while I did it. I couldn't text, phone, whatever. I needed to be face to face and be able to see her and know that she was going to be at least reciprocating back to me.
Oh, what did she say?
She said that she wanted to kind of work on it,
Mm-hmm.
but if that's the way I was feeling, then she respects that.
Okay.
And she said that most of the time, when you have kids and you have a relationship where people, like, they don't love each other anymore, they fall out of love, this connection, that having kids, even bringing a new baby into the equation, doesn't always work as keeping, like, the couple happy and the kids happy. It's like, it almost is like better if
Right.
the two are on
Mhm.
different sides.
Yeah, you don't want to spend your whole marriage disliking each other and faking it for the kids.
Yes, and that's one thing.
Okay. Is that accurate? I don't want
Oh,
to.
yeah, that's totally accurate.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to be the people parading around with, like, a mask on when the kids are around, and then when the kids go to sleep, you just go your separate ways.
Okay.
It's like, that's what I don't want.
Okay.
And that's why we're talking about that separation that night.
Okay.
And that's why I got so emotional right there.
Okay. Emotional for you too?
Oh yeah, I was bawling my eyes out.
Okay. So then, how long did that conversation last?
It left. So about 4:15 when we started, we talked about the house as well.
Okay. What did you say about the house?
Like, we needed to sell the house. Like, there's no way, like, we can stay in this house and have another kid
Mm-hmm.
and be able to just keep everything afloat.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, where do you want to move to? I was like, well, we can move to Brighton, we can move, are you familiar with the area?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. So we can move to Brighton, we can move to Longmont, we can move, like, wherever.
Mhm.
Somewhere that's cheaper.
Okay.
And she was like, well, because she had already contacted the realtor the week before through an email
Oh.
to see, like, what she thought. And that's when, like, I actually contacted Ann that day, like, pretty much probably about 8 o'clock that day.
Who's Ann?
The realtor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and asked her, like, if we can get the ball rolling, like, see what she thought.
So you said your wife called a week before to the realtor?
Emailed her.
Okay, so then this conversation early in the morning wasn't a shock to either of you or a
No.
surprise. It was the next step
Yeah.
in the long conversation you have to have leading
Yeah.
up to. Okay.
This was not like just like way up like a Big Bang Theory
Yeah.
type thing. It was just
Yeah.
like, this was,
Okay.
that's why it was just an emotional conversation,
Sure.
like, because it wasn't just like come out of nowhere, left field type of thing. Like, we knew, like, something wasn't, we knew about what we wanted to do with the house. We knew, like, what's going on with it. Like, we knew something was.
Is it accurate to say that then the time when you were away from each other, when she was in North Carolina, the time when she was in Arizona, maybe the two of you knew that could have been time you were talking, and so when you finally get together, it's, we can't wait another second, we're going to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Okay. And tell me if it's wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay, so then the conversation starts at 4:15. You talk about each other and your marriage. You talk about the house. Then what?
And that's when the conversation ends, and we're talking. That's when she said she's going to take her friends, or take her and her friends take her and the kids to her friend's house.
Which friend?
That's when she did not say. That's
So
why.
she did say, I'm taking the kids to a friend's house.
Yeah.
Are you sure she said that?
Yes.
You're positive?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Now we're back to the blowing off steam
Yeah.
probability, which we like, right?
Yeah, that's what I like.
Okay. So let's, if we're going to play the DVR, let's rewind 5 minutes. So we're at the house. You're talking about the house. You're saying this isn't going to work with the kid. We're going to sell this house. Then how do you remember what led to her talking about the kids?
As far as like taking them to her friend's house?
Yeah, like what conversation did you guys have?
Well, that's when I rolled out of bed, and that's when she pretty much told me, like, I'm taking the kids to a friend's house today, and I'll be back later.
Are you sure she said she'll be back
Yes.
later? On a scale of 1 to 10, how positive?
That's a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So she said, I'm going to take the kids to a friend's house, but I'll be back later. Why?
From what I just told her.
That doesn't make sense, though, because
I know.
you'd be at work. Why would she have to leave?
That's the thing, like, why, I'm not sure why she wanted to go somewhere,
Okay.
but that's what she wanted. Like, maybe she didn't want to be in that house after what we were just
Fair
talking
enough.
about.
You just talked about it, yeah. It's no longer mentally, emotionally her house then. Okay. So let's focus on, I'm going to take the kids to my friend's house. What does that mean?
Hopefully it's someone that she trusts. Hopefully it's someone that she knows pretty well, and hopefully maybe they have a kid that Bella and Celeste can play with.
But you have no idea who that would be?
Because we've exhausted all those information, all those people.
Okay. Does that surprise you? Because I don't know your wife, but maybe that's something that's in her wheelhouse. Does that surprise you that she said that and did that?
It doesn't surprise me that she went somewhere. Like, she said it could have been a play date,
Okay.
but she was very vague in the fact that she just said she was going to a friend's house.
Okay.
And didn't say who.
Okay.
That's why I texted her, like, if you can tell me, like, where the kids are.
What time did you text her?
That was 7:40.
Okay. And no word from her, obviously.
No.
Okay. So then we're at I'm going to take the kids. I'm going to go to a friend's house. You sure she didn't say I'm going to take them somewhere to a hotel or to a...
Oh, there was
You're
no.
positive she said to a friend's house. And not just someone's house, but a friend's house.
Yeah, because, like, if it was a hotel, I would have definitely asked the question, like, why are you going to a hotel?
Yeah. Okay.
That wouldn't, yeah.
Where can we look to find friends that you might not know about?
Honestly, Facebook's the only place.
Facebook?
Because that's the one she frequents.
Okay.
That's the only place.
What's her Facebook account? Or her username?
I think it's Shanann Watts.
Just regular Shanann?
Well, they have access on her phone.
SHANN.
ANN.
ANN. And so they can, I think they can log into the phone, right? I think they're in her phone, right?
Oh yeah, they just gotta hit the icon and it's right there.
So it's right there. They can
They can do whatever they want.
And they can, okay. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It's always logged in.
Okay. Doesn't she do something online? Doesn't she have an online presence or something?
It's with Thrive, the direct sales business.
Is that like her job?
Yeah.
It's called what?
Thrive. Yeah. The company's called Lavelle, but the company's called Lavelle.
Lavelle?
Yeah, LE-VEL.
LE-VEL. Okay.
Yeah, but the product's called Thrive.
Okay. What is it?
It's probiotics, prebiotics, vitamins and minerals. It's all plant-based stuff. It works very well.
Dietary, supplementary. Okay. And what does she do for them?
She's a promoter.
Okay. Sales?
Yes.
Okay. Is this I think I've heard of Thrive. Is this like you try to sell it personally to people you know? Okay, so she doesn't have a storefront that she works at?
No, it's all cloud-based.
Okay, home-based. She can work from home.
I can work anywhere.
And so where would be a list of contacts at Thrive that we could go start talking to people?
Oh, we've already gave them all to them. Like everybody that she contacts through Thrive, they have them in that
Please
phone.
have that?
Yep.
In that phone?
Mm-hmm.
Through what? An app?
No, just like all the people that she contacts throughout the day.
Okay.
Like from Addie and Sam, and they're all in there.
Addie and Sam, who are they?
Addie Maloney's one of her leaders back east.
Okay.
Sam Paisley, another leader.
Someone who's supporting her sales.
Yeah.
What about people who, because she's in sales, what about customers she tries to reach out to she doesn't even know? How does she do that?
Messenger.
You message strangers?
either it's her Facebook page is I guess it's public.
Okay, so she has friends on Facebook
Yeah.
that might someday think that they want Thrive, they can reach her.
Mm-hmm.
How else does she do it?
It's mainly just through Facebook.
Through Facebook?
Yeah, like if she has she might do it on Instagram every once in a while. She'll like sync them both so that it goes to both, but.
Facebook, and what was it, Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, what's her Instagram username?
I have no clue.
You have no idea?
No, it might just be Shanann Thrives. Shanann with a underscore and Thrives.
Okay. So you don't do Thrive?
I do, but she kind of runs it.
Okay. Do you do it separately from her then?
It's a different team, but
Okay.
I'm under her.
Okay.
It's like she signed me up under her.
Okay.
So whatever I do helps her.
Right. Okay. What else are we not thinking of? So let's continue with, I'm going to go to my friend's house. Then what happens?
That's when I go downstairs, make my protein shake, get my lunch, everything ready.
Because you're not going back to bed at this point?
No,
Okay.
I gotta go to work now.
And this is somewhere near 5?
5:15.
Okay.
And then that's when I go out, get my truck, load everything in it, and 5:30
Okay.
or about what the neighbors thing said, about 5:26 I'm gone.
Okay. And she's still at the house then? Are you sure?
Yeah, because she never came back downstairs.
And explain your house being down. Do you leave through downstairs?
I'll leave, go downstairs and leave through the garage.
So then this conversation happened upstairs?
Yes.
In the master bedroom?
Yes.
Okay. And you're sure she didn't come down?
Once I was in the garage, so I didn't see anything after that.
Did you see her car in there?
Yes.
Okay, and you left when her car was in there?
Yep.
So it's clear she's in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to determine if there's any other time she could have disappeared. And then, so from 5:30 then, what?
That's when I went to work.
Okay. All right.
And then 7:40 is the next time I texted her.
And why'd you text her then?
I hadn't heard from her, and I was just seeing if she knew just seeing where she went.
Texted Shanann, right?
Yep.
Shanann?
Yep.
And asked if she could tell me where she was taking the kids. Oh, okay. So at this point, it's 2 hours later, and you're thinking, I wonder where she's going.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that text on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Then all the way, what happened between 7:40 and noon?
I was outside working.
Okay. Noon, texted Shanann to call me, and that's going to be on your phone too? Okay. 12:10, doorbell visitor.
That's when Nicole was at the door, and it pinged on my phone.
Okay. What's she doing there then? Oh, then 10 minutes later, you called Nicole to see what was going on, and she told me she couldn't get a hold of Shanann either, and that her shoes were whose shoes? Shanann's shoes?
Yeah.
Were next to the door, and her car was in the garage, next to the door, inside or outside?
Inside. There's like a little small rectangular window next to the door.
Okay.
You can see right in there.
Does that mean anything to you? Does Shanann, or her shoes always by the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you come in the house, does she usually come in the front door?
Unless she drives in.
Okay.
Then she goes into the garage.
Okay.
That was just in the previous night when she came in.
Oh, okay. So then, let's think about this for a minute. If she comes in, drives in with, what's your other car, Lexus?
Yep.
She drives in the Lexus, comes in.
She comes in the garage door that way if she drives in the garage. But since Nicole dropped her off that previous night, she came to the front door.
Oh, someone else is driving. The Lexus is already there.
Your Lexus is already there.
Okay, so then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see what we're trying to do? We're trying to be like, did she walk out or was she taken out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then it makes sense that her shoes were still right there.
Mm-hmm.
But she's obviously not wearing those shoes. Okay. All right, let's keep going. 12:40. A few more efforts by Nicole to reach her. How do you know?
Because that's when she was still at the front door, and I was
to reach her at the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 p.m. I'm now on my way home to check on my family. Is that just because you're worried based on the conversation with Nicole? Had the police contact you by then?
No.
Okay. 2, I arrived. Sorry, go ahead.
But Nicole said she was probably going to call the cops.
Okay. All right. Now, so it sounds like Nicole's pretty worried.
Mm-hmm.
More worried than you.
Oh, so once she couldn't get anything out of her and nothing was going on in the house, I was like, all right, I gotta go home.
But it sounds like Nicole was more worried.
Yeah, because if she doesn't text me, I understand that.
Okay.
Sometimes that happens.
Okay.
But for her not to get back to her
Okay.
direct sales group.
Okay.
That was very unorthodox.
Okay. And you had a pretty tough morning with her.
Yeah.
So she's, again, decompressing,
Yeah.
as you said. So it's okay that she's not texting you maybe, but you're gonna come home and check just in case.
Mm-hmm.
But Nicole's freaking out.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And I'm walking myself through this. You tell me, no, that's not what happened.
No, I mean, like, she like, for her not to get back to her friends like that, like, that's not normal, because, like, she'll get, like, tons of text messages throughout the day from
Okay.
direct sales.
All right.
Like, if she doesn't get back to me, I just assume that she's busy.
Okay. I'm now on my way home to check my family. 2 p.m. I arrive home, open the garage door. How?
I have my, button.
Okay. It's in your truck?
Yeah.
Okay. And get inside the house. Shanann, Bella, and Celeste. Who are Bella and Celeste?
That's with my kids.
Okay. Oh, are not in the house. Oh, okay. Shanann's wedding ring is on
On
her
her
nightstand.
nightstand.
Her phone is on the couch. Her purse is still here. The medicine for the kids is still here. The car with the car seats are still here. There is no sign of them anywhere. Frederick police officer and detectives are asking Nicole and I questions about where she could have gone or who she could be with. How did that go?
I mean, we tried to go through from what we could gather, like, where she could have gone.
Okay.
As far as, like, 'cause what we saw in the house, it didn't really make sense.
Okay.
So that's where we're just, like, started to look through the phone and just kind of call around. Once we found the phone and Nicole knew what the passcode was, just kind of load it up and see what transpired. And obviously there was, like, 50-something text messages that like, popped through.
Okay. All right.
Because the phone was off.
Okay. What do you mean the phone was off?
It was off.
When you found it, it was off?
Off.
Was the battery dead?
No.
What do you make of that?
I have no clue. Like, why was it off and why was it not with her?
It's weird, right? Because if you're saying that she does a ton of texting and marketing and sales and calling certain people back, okay, how would it turn off?
You'd have to turn it off.
Okay.
Because it wasn't dead. It was like 50% or so, I
Are
think.
you sure? Okay. And it was on the couch?
Mhm.
What do you make of that?
Oh, usually it's not right by her nightstand.
Okay.
That's usually where it always is.
Nightstand in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about that?
No, that is weird that it was sitting like on the couch cushion, like right there.
Okay. So, can we back up a tiny bit? You come home, no one has been in the house.
No.
Okay. No one could get in the house, is that right?
Yeah, unless you had a garage door.
Okay. And that's how you got in?
So I got it.
So at this point, you get there. Are the police there at this point?
Yes.
So you, the police, Nicole, that's it.
Her son.
Her son, what's her son's name?
I think it's Nate. I think his name's Nick.
Nick. And so you and Nicole aren't besties per se. You and Nicole.
Oh no, like we're friends, but yeah, my wife and her are really good friends.
Okay. And so Nick, you don't spend much time with Nick.
No.
Okay. Why is Nick there?
That he was just with his mom.
Okay. Is there anything weird about Nicole and Nick?
Not that I really think of.
Do you think anything about your wife not being around has anything to do with Nicole and Nick?
I would hope not. I mean, like, Nicole is one of her good friends.
Okay.
I don't think they could have done, like, I don't think they could have done anything, like, as far as, like, helping her get out and then being so emotional when they couldn't find her. I don't think they could be capable of that.
Okay. So then they're at home. Police officers there.
Mm-hmm.
Then walk me through that.
So as we go through the house, we're all,
Did you immediately go through the house?
I open the garage door and I just go into the house. I'm looking, like, I just go in the garage door and I'm looking.
Is the police officer saying, "Hey, let me talk to you for a minute"?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
What's the vibe like?
I go up there, shake his hand, but I'm like opening the garage door at the same time.
Okay.
and then I go through, and then they're waiting at the front door. I go in, open that up, and then they come in.
Oh, so they didn't go in the garage door with you? Okay.
Well, they went in the garage, they didn't come in the way I did.
All right. So then everybody goes in, okay, and then what?
I run upstairs, and I look in the bedrooms.
Okay. And because that's where she would be?
And that's where I would expect.
So it's just a standard house, upstairs bedrooms, downstairs living area?
Yep.
Okay.
And there's one office downstairs.
Okay. And then, so then upstairs, then what?
I'm going to Bella's room, going to Celeste's room, playroom, master bedroom. I'm looking everywhere, like bathrooms, and nothing.
Okay. And then?
I found the wedding ring right there on the nightstand, and then.
Right then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick,
Is that weird?
She only takes it off if she colors her hair,
Okay.
and she'd already colored her hair like the week before, so.
Okay.
That was just like probably a result of our conversation,
Oh,
I would think.
okay.
And then Nick finds her phone on the couch.
And why did he find her phone on the couch? What's he looking for there?
I don't know, he was looking.
For
He-
clues?
Clues, just
Okay.
looking around too, and just happened just like to run across it right there on the couch and next to
Okay.
the cushion.
So you found it, it's not as though you were calling it, you found it, you just found it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what?
Saw the, so we told the officer that we found the phone, we turned it on,